Pastor Jeff.
Good evening.
So have you done it yet?
Have I done what, sir?
Have you spent all the gift cards you got from your congregation for Christmas?
Oh no, those are for the first 2 months of Sundays, Sunday dinners, sir. Those are saved.
Those are saved
for the after church dinner.
Saved for a purpose. Hey, listen, I tell my kids, whatever you want to eat better be on these gift cards.
Hey, the worst is the gift cards. You have no idea what a restaurant is.
Oh, listen. No, the worst one is when you don't know what the balance is on the gift card.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
You give them the gift card all confident, and they'll be like, "Sir, this took $11 off of your bill. You still owe $89."
So I give you a gift card for El Vito Tapaco. I'm like, what is this? Where's this at?
You got a gift card to buy plates at somebody's house.
Got a gift card to a garage sale. What?
I got a gift card to the flea market.
It's gonna be one of them nights. I can tell already.
What is this?
Who got me a gift card to the weed store?
Hey, somebody got me a gift card to movies. They closing the movie.
I got a gift card to Woolworths.
Better go get this money and popcorn for $4.
I got a gift card to the Ames layaway.
How you get a gift card from Hills anyway? They've been closed for 30 years. Get a
Gift cards to Sears. No, not just Sears. Sears and Roebuck. The old fashioned.
I appreciate the gift cards, though. I really do, man.
I didn't appreciate the dude that gave my wife a gift card to Victoria's Secret. I didn't appreciate that. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh my God,
no,
that's hilarious.
That's the new beautiful thing, though, is the love that we get through. And we do appreciate. We have hungry children.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if you get this, but we get this. For the people who look out for the kids at Christmas time, get them a little Dairy Queen,
Absolutely.
Subway, McDonald's. Bless you.
Thank you so much.
Keep them out of our pockets.
It is so nice.
Because then whenever they ask us to go somewhere, I say, you got them gift cards?
Got your gift card?
You got that Christmas money? Because I know you got it at least through this month.
Yes, sir.
At least.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So how was your Christmas season, Pastor Jeff?
Man, it was busy. It really was. I think, matter of fact, I'm positive next year I'm going back to going on a cruise.
Going away.
Christmas.
Getting out of here.
I had time off and I did not have time off. It was absolutely busy, man.
I got you. And that's how it is when you finally get time off. I know my wife feels the same way. I really wanted to go out of town. She was off the week before Christmas, the way her vacation fell and how she has to share it with her whack coworkers who take up all the good vacation days around the holidays from our very vibrant family with children. But okay, I'm going to say it because I don't care anymore. But I really wanted to shoot down to Florida for a couple of days. I mean, literally just grab the cheapest flight we could, backpack, get a little Airbnb or something in just 2 or 3 days, just us. And she was just like, no.
The tickets was cheap too.
They were super cheap.
Yeah,
I mean, there was whole packages. I mean, a 3-day package, like plane ride, beach hotel and all, maybe $500 or something like that, if that. I mean, they were just trying to get you down there, you know, off season. But I get it to a point, because once you make that plan to travel, that becomes like work. You're up early catching flights. You're worried about the children, what's gonna get them back and forth if they were still in school, and then pulling on people to help, which we all know people want to help. It's just the stress and the worry of thinking about it. And so she was like, I just wanted to be a staycation. I want to stay in. Now, to be honest, I was pretty miserable because I'm like, I want to be out of here, But I get it. And the same way with the holidays, on top of that, you and I both had what many of you might not realize is also a holiday and end of the year tradition, which is lots of funerals.
Oh my God.
Everybody dies. It's like Christmas is coming. Bye.
Good night.
Bye, y'all. See y'all. Merry Christmas.
Santa one, I Santa all.
May the Lord watch. And I get it, the seasons literally when the seasons change, the seasons of life change. And for those that are in the twilight of their lives, there's something about the cold, the holidays. There are some who just get to the end of the year or just past the new year, or they get past Thanksgiving, or they get past Christmas or approaching Christmas, and just something. We had 4.
And I think I had 3 at the church, and then I had 2 of my own personal, my uncle and my cousin Cedric. So it's been a little rough.
You know, Jason, she doesn't have that choice because they have to go by seniority, and people before her just take every stinking holiday and holiday weekend. I'm talking
it's not even that you can request it, because if a person older than you requests the same thing,
you're out of it.
It doesn't matter.
You're done. So I'm talking Memorial Day weekend. I'm talking about, Labor Day weekend, 4th of July, like the days before or after. If you want to make it a lot, somebody already beat you to it. They got it, Oh, well. But, so the holidays are a very busy time for pastors and preachers. And then there's this stress, man. And I want to talk on 2 levels of the holidays. Number one, all of the holiday services, whether you have a program, a play, Christmas party for the congregation. Mm-hmm. And it's not that we don't enjoy them. Of course we enjoy them. But they just add to the schedule. They just add to another place we need to be. And quite frankly, to be honest, often it becomes more problems we need to solve. Let's just be clear. Every little extra thing is a potential for a problem that we will have to solve. Christmas play is cute. A parent being mad at the director
why my son ain't get to play Jesus.
Why my son got to be the lamb again? Why he got to be the animal again? Why he can't be Jesus?
My son don't want to be Pontius Pilate.
So there's just a busyness around it. And then there's the watch night service, which we are not having for the 3rd year in a row. We're not having it. And the only reason we're not having it is because, there's a lot going around with people wanting to have earlier services. Yeah. I refuse, to be honest. It's either have it at 10 or 10:30 and shout at midnight, or don't have it at all. I don't know how you scream Happy New Year at 8 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know how you do that. You still got 4 hours to go, player. You can go pick up some wings, go back home. So, but the other part of it is that it's become so inconsistent. It could be full house, empty house. We literally teeter-tottered between full house, empty house, especially since the pandemic. We tried to do it once or twice after the pandemic. Pandemic year was a virtual year. That was one thing that didn't come back. Yeah. You guys are doing a combined joint.
Doing a combined joint. And, last year turned out really well. Hopefully this year will be the same thing. Obviously, you kind of worry because it is a lot later in the day and weather becomes a concern. But
yeah.
But
we used to make it work. Like, what happened that you used to the lateness wasn't a thing. And let's not pretend, no disrespect to my present elderly people. No disrespect to my present elderly. I keep saying it. The pandemic made us soft and convenience focused. Even old school old folk used to just get up and go to church. I don't care if it's Sunday morning when there's snow or rain, these midnight services, you just went. I'm not talking about ranting pastor who wants people to go just because I want you to go. I'm saying from a holistic, communal, sort of even empowerment standpoint, we don't realize what we're losing by not pressing in the traditions. I hate traditions. What do you have when you don't have that? What do you have that is uniquely yours?
The 3 o'clock service.
I just feel like we're losing something. Yeah. So no disrespect to the 80-year-olds of today, but the 80-year-olds of 30 years ago were like, I'm going to church on midnight.
Absolutely.
I'm going to church. So the weather too, I get it. Sometimes we'd have storms, snow. But again, you pressed because you just felt like it was, if I wasn't going to do nothing else.
Because generally speaking, the people who go to the church are right there in the community. It doesn't take a lot, I can
see like you're driving across, 40 minutes, 30 minutes to get somewhere. And here's the other part. For black folk, that used to be the fourth service of the year. As far as, everybody else has Christmas, Mother's Day, Easter. Black folk had watch night.
Watch night.
If the church was going to be full and everybody was going to go, even if people were going somewhere else, which many of them would, and we were that church, you came up with Agape, we had that vibe, we had it at Second, the first half, I call it like the before the pandemic, where you knew that people were going to go out with their families or meet up with somebody or maybe stop by the bar or the club or whatever and see their family and friends or whatever. And there was no judgment there. And that's actually what made it liver.
Yes.
People would say, back to your old school grandmas, back to the old school. They used to tell their family members,
come on out before you go out.
Before you go out,
come on.
Better stop by the church.
Because the club
and
don't
get
start.
some prayer over
the club
your
don't
life.
start popping until after midnight anyway.
Exactly. And that's what them old mothers and fathers say. You better be up in that church for it. I don't care if you slip out. You better come in there, get a prayer over your life, go to the altar at 12 o'clock. And as soon as they say amen, Happy New Year, they run right back out the door.
Out.
But they made sure, Pastor Les, what's up, man? Pastor Love Your Bones, Les McIntosh, my man, praying for you down in Maryland. Like that.
The
was
funny
just
thing is, you knew who was going out too, because the clothes they had on, the clothes.
They kept their coats on.
Yeah, you're going out as soon as we leave here.
They kept their coats on over them short dresses. They kept them long coats on. Now, to Brother Carol, I'm sorry, I had sister on my mind. To Brother Carol, could it be the convenience of digital platforms? Absolutely. And we talked about this the week before, that there are some churches, and Mike posed the question, well, if you took it offline, will people really come? Now, I do think the members, and maybe that's what you need to be focusing on anyway, because that's the only people really watching you like that. The members who, at least on some occasions, I give it maybe even 25% would be an improvement. If 25% of the time, if they would have stayed home, but now they can't watch, they might just say, I don't want to miss this, man. Let me just go. Especially in little towns like ours where you don't take much. I don't mean to be funny, and y'all can take this disrespectful if you want to. It's a little disheartening to watch somebody who literally lives around the corner watching service and they're good. They're good. They're not sick. They ain't got a bug. You're going to see them at Giant Eagle as soon as you leave church, because they're going to turn the thing off and go to the store, and you leaving church and going to the store. And so convenience has definitely played a part, especially with these late night things. And I think, honestly, two things happened. A few voices pushed some pastors up earlier in the day. A few voices in every church. And then it became monkey see, monkey do. Mm-hmm. Sorry for the terminology, but it became monkey see, monkey do. And churches are trend chasers.
Yeah.
Churches are trend chasers. And half the time, it's the members pushing on the pastor about what they saw another church doing. They having it at 6. Why you got us out here at midnight?
Yeah.
Here's the other thing I want to say, which I admire about Steubenville. And I'm about to throw a critique out there, because I got to lose. I admire 3 churches coming together and fellowshipping, and it looks like you have a rotation. You preached at your brother's church down there, Mount Carmel, and they're going to be coming to Second Steubenville, DeVille, and he'll be the preacher. And then you have our friend Pastor Baber, who is going to be joining in as well.
Joined in,
and so,
and I really hope that because I think specifically Second can hold,
that's a good problem to have. Remember
the majority of the churches down there, and so I'm hoping that we get more to come in.
But doesn't that bring life and energy when you
absolutely
the days of having to put chairs out in the aisle or find a space for people? I mean, you got excited about going to church, which I'm about to throw a critique out there, because you couldn't find a parking spot.
Absolutely.
And once again, nobody turned around and went home, but I remember parking way down the street, halfway in a ditch somewhere. And then there was always somebody had to be pulled out at the end of the night. There was always somebody.
A flat tire.
Always
somebody needed to jump. Somebody needed to jump. Yeah, they need to jump.
You didn't went into the ditch. And the funny thing is, they would park and their car would be stuck and they wouldn't say nothing until church was over. They'd come in for the whole service.
Oh, well, we'll worry about that later.
You just go pray the Lord, bless us with somebody that'll help. But here's the second thing. The reason I said that was, I realized we don't do that around here. Nobody has invited anybody anywhere to fellowship together. And it's funny because that used to be a Baptist thing where services like that,
Yeah.
you would literally, somebody would reach out to somebody else and say, hey, are you guys doing it? Would you like to do it together? And we don't do that anymore. I mean, outside of our ministerial alliance services, nobody is saying let's have combined services for special. I spearheaded literally Easter sunrise services with the churches on Main Street, Grace Restoration
Right, I remember
Second.
that, yeah.
I was getting ready to bring in St. James, asked them if they wanted to be a part. You know, they were doing their own sunrise service, so I understood. And it was a blessing. Rotation, choirs, praise team, you know, preacher at each one, and we went 3 years straight. But I'll be honest, like, it kind of sucked that nobody came back and said, hey, even if it was something else, let's do something together again. We had one pastor come to the city who's still with us, and he did like let's do a revival for everybody, but he must have did it on a football night, and I wasn't going. Harding game was going on. Nobody told him, apparently. But I'm just saying, like, it used to be you would come together. The Koji churches, some of them still do that. Usually if the bishop is, you know, like Bishop Herron or their jurisdiction or other churches, especially the smaller ones, just come together. We don't do that. Like, nobody's inviting to say, let's bring in the new year together. Why don't you come be my preacher, or why don't you bring your choir?
And we see how many churches are actually just not doing it. So
Nobody-
it would be
but I do
better to
nothing.
say, you know what, let's just all come together
Yeah.
and do it. I mean, we literally, some of my their trustees all go together. They count the money, give the preacher, split the money. You know, it's not a difficult thing. I mean,
we made it weirder than it needs to be, and we don't have the same relationships. I want to end on this. I know we've been on this for a minute. The other thing I saw was quite a few churches just choosing not to have church this week. Quite a few in this area and beyond saying we're just not going to have church because it's the last Sunday of the year. I guess that's a reason now, which I'm of the opposite opinion that and some people say because we had a busy Christmas week, and that's kind of sort of ticking me off because it started with this debate on whether or not to have church on Christmas.
Right.
Then it started to become whether or not to have church on Christmas Eve or the day right after Christmas. Now it's becoming, should you have church the week of Christmas?
Wow.
And to me, that's a little on the ridiculous side. And that's not legalism. It's just like, we need rest. And one church posted up, we need rest. And I'm going to preach on, again, back to the virtual thing. We weren't doing this before. And I feel like people just had this epiphany about rest and self-care and all of this, but it just feels like a convenience to me.
I actually, on my way home, obviously, you know, I got a long ride.
Yeah,
So I'm scrolling. I literally listened to one guy, and he was saying, you know, well, it's not Christmas anymore, and it's not New Year's, so we're kind of stuck in between. So I kind of asked the Lord what to preach Jesus.
What were you preaching?
Preach Jesus.
What were you stuck?
I mean,
preach Kwanzaa. I mean,
preach Jesus Christ, Him crucified and resurrected. It's still church. And I mean that to me is an excuse and a bad one.
somebody came up with a post on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, that I did think was interesting and somewhat insightful. He says, this is the result of overproduction of church. Because a lot of the churches that were doing that are the ones that produce heavily what they do. And once you create that standard, they were like, basically, you're wearing people out. Mm-hmm. You're the ones that have these whole camera crews and videographers and graphics design people. And we have of course, we have Brother Mike and my boys or the girls on the, they'll have like 12 people on the team. And then, so you created this overproduced thing where you can't just walk in the room and just sing anymore.
Right.
You can't just walk in the room and sing, take up an offering and preach. And so this rest and self-care stuff is not so much a product of the legalism of having service every week. It's actually the product of you overemphasizing things that have never been a part of the core church function and making such a dependency on it that you're worn out on it. Now you need virtual days and rest days and Sabbaths, literally taking a Sabbath from the Sabbath. Who needs to take a Sabbath from the Sabbath?
I think the culture has changed, though. The culture has changed because, we would church Sunday morning, Sunday night, and don't have a 4 o'clock program. You go
Yes.
Sunday morning, 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock YPWW. Then you had Bible study. Then you had choir rehearsal. Then you had Friday. I mean, we churched all the time. So I think the culture's changed.
The culture has changed, but
church.
for some reason, the church culture has changed.
That's what I mean.
Because we have increased our participation in everything else. Now, you might find, if you're lucky, between August and January, one day out the week where there's not a football game on. One day out the week. When we were coming up in the days of going to church all the time, Friday night football, Saturday, if you were into college football, and Sunday was NFL day.
Missed
now,
the Super Bowl.
we missed that. We
the
missed
Super
a
Bowl.
lot of stuff. So it's just like, and we increased our participation in all of those other things while we decreased our participation. And we're not any happier or more stable or anything. We're not really.
Right.
So I was just disturbed. And I will say that's my take on that whole not having church this week because it's the end of the year. I
was so excited to have church. I was excited today. I mean,
Yeah, we baptized for the last time this year. You know, we have an end of the year message.
yeah.
I mean-
you know, like I said, we got the two churches combining. So he's preached, so I got to do mine.
You got to do your right. I mean, outside of your watch night, this will be the last time you have a regular service before you cross over. So I mean, it's just, I just feel like we're definitely missing something. That's just me, man. That's just me. But welcome to Religiously Incorrect. We're so glad you guys are watching. Please like, share, and tag. We're so glad that you're watching us. This is our last show. We should have a watch night Religiously Incorrect, but we just. But if you got any questions, anything you want to talk about, please tap in. We're gonna jump to one of the newer segments that we have called Amen or Nah. And I didn't even watch all of this clip, but once I saw the first 10 seconds, it's not very long, I was intrigued by it. And I think this is a good amen or not. And I do want to set this up. This person talking, his name is Larry Reed, if you never heard of him.
Okay.
He has been traditionally like one of the top black church gossip pages. I mean, all the tea about everybody. If it was affairs, church splits, money schemes, everything. And a lot of the ignorant chatter, a lot of the memes, a lot of the jokes, a lot of the church folk just chatter, and he was in the center of it.
Absolutely.
He has turned a page and literally repented of doing that. And now he is like a church philosopher, and he talks about more serious subjects. And he literally said, I'm sorry, I spent years doing that. My problem is, I'd rather he just gossip because some of his takes are just weird. And I think he's promoting this very open Christianity, religion thing. And this is kind of a clip that speaks to that.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, this is a man who profited off of and lived fully within the culture for years, built his platform, his money, his career off of it. And how many times have we seen this story where you get to a certain level where all of a sudden you start questioning the very thing that you profited off of, and now you have a lot to say about the people you spent your whole life beside. That's just all I'm gonna say about this. So here we go.
Anybody that has sat in the church for decades, especially the same church, you're in a mental crisis. It's the way the religion is set up in the culture in the church. It is toxic for thinking and coming to your own personal resolve, critical thinking and active listening. All of that stuff you go to learn at the therapist. Your pastor send you there to go do that so you can get right. But they don't know you've been attached to them and under their teaching, which is what fucking up what the therapist's trying to do.
Okay. I didn't know he was going to put a half curse word in there, but
Yeah, that's his word.
that's his word he likes to say. I won't say it because I end up saying it wrong, and then y'all be talking about me. I'll say the real thing. I understand, and this is a common refrain from people, that people who go to church are like sheep, and you just believe whatever you're told. And then he makes the point where he ties in, which, by the way, has become a common refrain for all of us in one way or another. And then your pastor sends you to therapy, and that's where you get your critical thinking and active listening and all of that. And then you come back because you're attached to this, I guess, what he considers to be this bubble of no thought, no critical thinking, And so our people are just trapped, and he calls it a mental health crisis to go to church and be trapped in religious thinking.
Right.
Amen or no?
I definitely say it's a no, because first of all, I think you are belittling people and you're putting stuff on people that really, I don't believe that everybody goes to church is just listening to the pastor and it's just a stupid sheep and just there and don't think for themselves. And
speaking of which, by the way, if you knew how much the average pastor gets questioned about what
that's
they
what
say.
That's what I was about. That was my next point.
Right.
You, as pastors, we know how much people do critically think
and don't believe or question or bring some other book they've been reading.
Yes.
And y'all don't realize, for the most part, how gracious we are towards those other opinions.
Yep.
And some of y'all, as I say all the time, you are living off a 50-year-old criticism of some pastor you were under who shut down everything you said when you were a kid. It is the year 2025. You are hard-pressed to find an intelligent, accomplished pastor or preacher, and it's not my fault you put yourself under somebody's whack.
Right.
But you will not find people who will just say, shut up, sit down. I listen to people tell me what the book of Enoch says. I listen to somebody tell me, no disrespect, the world is flat. I think the world is flat. I mean, just all kind of stuff. There's somebody before Eve and all of this. And sometimes I just say, maybe. What do you want me to do at this point?
I'm not going to sit and argue with you about it. I mean,
I'm not going to preach about it, but maybe there's more to the story out there.
How many books they bring you that, you just take politely and
how much we read,
throw them away.
You know how much stuff your pastor wish he could preach on, but he can't because y'all would lose y'all minds? I've already been towing the line with my rapture opinions on a regular basis. Like, I've been going, come to Bible study, I will talk quite a bit about what I've come to truly believe, which actually aligns with historical Christianity, much more than what we've been fed for the past 60 years, 70 years or so. So I understand, and here's my thing. As always, our critiques of the church, like anybody or anything else, here's what saddens me, are rooted in stereotypes and limited experiences with a limited sample of people. And it takes out the diversity of the experience in church. Yeah. And just because people don't jump up and disagree with us in the middle of a sermon doesn't mean they agree with everything they say. Because let's just be clear here. If the people were as sheepy as you say they are, our churches would be full. Our pockets would be full.
Well,
they would never be out here doing anything we preach them not to do. And, they would all just be running around regurgitating everything, every belief. And, critical thinking and active listening are a societal deficiency, not a church deficiency.
Right. And I do believe.
Have you read the internet lately?
And I do believe that, first of all, I think this is good for a pastor to send some of these, because some of these questions we don't have answers for. Don't. And it's good that we send them to real therapists.
But therapy ain't God either. And
it's not God.
Therapy is God.
But it's also, listen, I'm not the person who
can answer that particular thing.
Sometimes people need more than, and please don't get me wrong. I know that we love the Bible, but sometimes people need more than that.
Well,
some people issues go far beyond what we are qualified to give them.
And we give them more than that. We are not just up doing a 35, 40-minute speech of doctrine, brainwashing. There are conversations, small groups, Sunday schools, men's fellowships, women's fellowships, parking lot conversations, pastor or minister or deacon so-and-so or Sunday school teacher, let me pull you to the side and ask you a question. People get together and just fellowship in homes. Christians are not confined. And that's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing to me that I find about these kind of conversations.
Before you go in, let me just clarify what I'm saying. When somebody comes to your office and this person needs prayed for, and you begin talking to them and they say, I like killing cats all day.
I'm calling the police.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm calling.
That's more than what we
had a cat killer once. Remember that?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, we did.
We had an animal torturer.
And he still needs more than
to this day. He still
I forgot about that.
See? So here's the thing. I get disturbed when people want to have their cake and eat it too. And they want to say that spirituality and Christianity is more than church. But every time they criticize the church, they condense it to church.
Yeah.
As if all there is that 90 minutes or 2 hours of church. Let's go back to Bible studies and things. A lot of pastors go off what I would just call streams of consciousness talking. And that's where a lot of our questioning and ideas, and you kind of see what we're wrestling with, what we've been reading lately. Mm-hmm. We quote everybody from Malcolm X to, the Buddha, to everybody, all kind of different people. That usually happens in more casual, informal formats.
Right.
And you keep going off of the main event where we're given the most standardized message. If you think I'm just going to get up on a Sunday morning and start questioning stuff about the Bible as a part of my sermon just for the sake of it, nobody would do that. Nobody would just get off message just to do it. Mike Tomlin is not going to get up and Aaron Rodgers should be our quarterback anymore just because he's thinking it. He might have a private conversation on the side. But so I just feel like to reduce people who, and let me add this on as a part of my nah. When some of the most genius, intelligent, artistic, creative, and forward-thinking people have come from and still are in the church. Some of the greatest ideas, and that includes the pain, the shame, the bad experiences, the good experiences, the joy, the sorrow, the traumas, everything that goes with this microcosm we call the church, the Black church, has created genius out of it. Literally genius. If we were all a bunch of sheep, we wouldn't be graduating so many college students and teachers and doctors and lawyers and people who are functioning very well outside of their Sunday morning experience. And so that's the thing that I would have to say there is a nah for me. But I can say that we all have seen people who will put their full faith and trust in whatever their pastor says, or their whole personality is church. And we see it, but there are people whose whole personality is high school sports, or their whole personality is fashion, or their whole personality is politics. And so to single out church people, some religious people turn to that particular realm as their wheelhouse and their place, and millions and billions of other people turn to something else. So nah, bro.
Good evening, Pastor Thomas. How are you?
Good to see you, Bishop.
Bishop
Hope you're
Thomas.
well. I was driving through Toledo thinking about him on my way to Detroit.
Listen, I know we got to go on to our thing, but I wasn't going to say nothing. But since you brought up Mike Tomlin, since you brought up Tomlin, I wasn't going to say anything. We want to thank our sponsors for... I wasn't going to say anything, but since you brought up Tomlin in those Pittsburgh Squillers...
Y'all are 4-12.
It don't matter.
Yes, it does.
You know it don't matter.
You're not even fighting for a spot. It does matter. It matters to those of us who actually have a chance to go to the playoffs.
And to be honest, that's why I didn't bring it up.
Exactly, because I was going to come.
I'm like Kobe Bryant. Remember when Kobe Bryant was in this interview and they said, why ain't you smiling? You said, we ain't won nothing.
We ain't won nothing,
have we?
Sure ain't.
Did we win the championship?
Sure ain't.
When we won the championship, I smile.
And Myles Garrett did not get the record on us. That's a win for us since we want to make up wins. That's a win for us. Myles Garrett did not get the record on us.
That's the reason we lost. So focused.
That's
on
exactly.
That.
We spent so much time with Myles Garrett. We didn't want to score a touchdown.
Right.
All right. We want to thank our sponsors, Annex Events. If you have an event upcoming in the new year, whether you need chairs, specialized custom settings, decorations, equipment, we have it. Annex has it, and you need to call them. Everything from popcorn machines to the infamous party igloo. The Party Dome. They have everything you need to make your event a special one. Birthday parties, anniversaries, open houses, family reunions, or any other function, indoor or outdoor, they can take care of you. Call Annex Events at 330-979-2909 or look them up on Facebook. All right, so we're going to do Meme of the Week, and then we want you to start typing in your most significant story of 2025. Watt still has the sack record for now.
Hold on. That's time I said go Cowboys.
Listen.
I'm looking on Facebook and somebody said y'all stop telling y'all kids Santa Claus don't exist. It's some of y'all who still believe in them boys.
Cold-blooded, man. You're running our viewers away. You're running our viewers away. So we're going to do Meme of the Week first, but I want you to just start thinking about what was the most significant, impactful, ridiculous, funny, whatever story of 2025 to you. Just whatever. You guys just think about it, but we all know what time it is. For the last time this year, it's time for Meme of the Week. Cold-blooded, Bishop.
Meme of the Week.
Cold-blooded.
Meme of the Week.
Welcome to Religiously Incorrect, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all set it up.
Meme of the Week. Meme of the Week.
Thank you. Send us your memes of the week.
Meme of the Week. Meme of the Week.
We are, these are all jokes. We are just playing.
All right, this is an oldie but goodie, and I do want to shout out my brother, Chris Woody, who is great with the church memes and all. He created this some years ago, and this is our holiday Christmas edition of Meme of the Week. This is one of the most beloved Christmas movies from my childhood that is still on rotation every single holiday, and it is Home Alone. But Chris brought to life a scene that I never noticed in Home Alone. I didn't notice it. I had to go back and watch the movie to see it. When, what's his name?
Macaulay Culkin.
When Macaulay Culkin is searching for a safe place to go, and he comes to a church on Christmas night where they're having their Christmas program and service. I can't believe I missed this part of the scene. I can't believe I missed it. You pointed it out. Play it, Mike. You remember it. Tell me if you remember this. He's outside the church. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when Kevin got the Holy Ghost? I forgot it was in there.
Bro, when you turned on, I'm like, that music, I know it wasn't no shouting in there.
Yes, it was just in there. Go back and watch it.
I'm trying to tell you.
It's in there, man.
I would say, yes, sir. He
Man,
was in New
I mean,
York. Whose church was he at?
Listen, man, that's a Kyle Walker's church.
Yes, God.
He was
He was getting it too.
He was getting it, man. Kevin. Bless him, Kevin. But yeah, man. So, I mean, I'll make sure next time when you watch it, make sure you look out for that scene. It's in there.
That's funny.
It's in there. If it's not, it should be. It should be. Well, it's the end of 2025. We made it, y'all. We're 3 days away. 3 days away from the new year, 2026.
Crossover.
And, what for you, Pastor Jeff, was some of the most significant moments and stories or experiences of 2025? What would you say?
Wow. I would probably, honestly, for a lack of better things, is most of them are really sad stories and are basically Trump 1 through 10.
Okay. Trump 2.0.
Trump 2.0 with all his craziness and all that he's done and
the executive orders.
All the, building this new building, on the White House.
Demolishing the White House.
Demolishing the White House.
Pardoning the January 6 people.
Yes.
Who all went out and committed more crimes.
God, I mean, this dude just...
ICE.
The raids, yes, my God.
The daily antics, that's it.
Daily.
Flooding the zone with just...
Dude never stopped,
bombing
man.
Fishing boats.
He just never stopped.
I mean...
to change the name to the JFK Center to the Trump.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm like,
the Trump JFK Center... This Negro ain't been to a play. He don't even know what Broadway looked like.
it's crazy.
Was the earshot? No, that was
that
last
this
year.
Yeah, I thought that
Was
was
it
last
last
year.
No, the earshot was during the campaign.
Okay.
That was 2024. You in the wrong year, Pastor Glenn.
We know what you mean, though.
But we know what you mean. Well, the miraculously healed ear, because it don't look like it ever was shot.
Right.
So that's still going into something. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, Trump was the story, and he continues. I mean, he's
That's what he do, though.
keeping the Ukraine
Mr.
thing.
Smoke and Mirrors.
Mr.
Amen.
Smoke and Mirrors. That's
it.
right,
I love
Bishop.
it. I love it.
Yeah, I mean that was the big one, just the chaos. And to that point, and I will say this, what I would consider the continued ineffectiveness of the Democrats,
Yes.
which I'm hoping will turn the corner, but it will be because the people are sick of it, not because they were particularly effective. And I hope they don't fumble this.
Right. Absolutely.
I hope they don't fumble this.
Absolutely.
The plaques under the presidential portraits. He started putting like shade. Have you seen the shade plaques?
Yeah.
So he has this whole wall of plaques of presidents, and Joe Biden's picture was just an auto pen, the automatic signer. He doesn't even put his picture there.
It's unbelievable.
And he calls him the worst president ever. Who calls another president the worst president ever?
You are. You really are. I know you are, but what am I?
Insane.
Type of thing.
Insane.
I saw somebody say, "Who builds a?" I can't remember how much did the building cost.
It's supposed to cost.
Yeah, it's supposed to
It's
cost.
supposed to cost like $400 million or
Who
something.
builds
like
a $400 million add-on to their house and then moves out?
and then moves out. We forgot about the plane he bought from the.
Oh my goodness!
It's been so much.
Yes.
Qatar. He bought a whole
Yes.
plane from these
Yes.
cats. The National Guard going into
Going in, yes, to cities.
anywhere where somebody showed up with a Trump sign, he sent the National Guard to him. When Messiah got up in church during the Christmas program and said he didn't like Trump, little guy said he didn't like Trump. I thought ICE was going to show up and kick in the doors. I'm glad we wasn't online. Yeah, I mean that was the biggest one. That had to be one of the biggest, man.
And I mean, it continues this whole. I mean, the latest thing is the whole Nicki Minaj, which to get on and I guess she did it. From what I hear, she's trying to get her green card or whatever. But I mean,
She needs a green card.
Yeah, she's not a citizen.
Where's she from?
Barbados, somewhere now.
I don't pay attention to these people.
Yeah.
they said she lost over 500 million followers or 500 some.
Yeah, she
followers.
canceled her thing.
Yeah,
She canceled it.
She canceled like her Instagram or something.
She's losing so many people. Everybody's on her, bro. Everybody.
Well, they should be. They should be. Theo died.
Yeah, Theo, man.
Yo, Theo died, man.
Yeah, that was crazy. That one got me.
How did Bill outlive Theo? How did Cliff outlive Theo?
Yeah.
I guess he was right. I brought you in this world. I could take you out. I mean,
That's horrible.
that was one of the biggest one. I mean, we've had some other, D'Angelo and Angie Stone. They were in the same year, right?
I believe so.
D'Angelo and Angie.
The whole P Diddy thing. Whole P Diddy going to jail. Diddygate.
Diddygate and 50 making a whole documentary about it in the same year, by the way.
Quickly. 50 jumped on that. Boy.
Yeah, I mean, Diddygate was massive, man. I mean, it's still not over. It's crazy.
The video of him beating that girl up is what got me, man. I didn't know how much to believe until I actually saw the video.
Yeah, once you saw it.
Once I saw that video, I was like, "Oh, this dude." Y'all know I'm a big strong proponent against anybody who even comes close to hitting a woman. I can't stand that. There's just no. I don't care how what she done or how much she done. People always talk about you want to act like a man. I'm gonna hit you. No, leave. Walk away.
Right.
I can't stand it. So
Yeah,
that took me there.
One of the worst debates ever, and it happened this year, was the 100 men versus one gorilla.
Oh, 100 men versus gorilla.
Oh my goodness.
That was just so whack to me.
Oh my! People was really
And it went on for months. It
Right.
went on for months, man. I'm like,
Right.
come on, y'all got nothing else to talk about.
Charlie Kirk. Now, I'll be honest. I forgot all about bro.
Already.
I forgot all about. If it wasn't for these people dying to keep themselves relevant off of his name, including his widow, Candace Owens, and all these figures of ridiculousness like Tucker Carlson. This is why he's no MLK. I don't even remember this dude existed. I forgot this guy existed.
I
God
didn't
bless
have,
his
I
soul,
didn't have
but-
a whole lot of relevance for him before he died, and I certainly don't, acknowledge.
I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't even know who he was until it happened. I had no clue who he was. They were saying Charlie Kirk. I'm like, who was that? I didn't even know who he was.
Only Kirk that matters to us is Kirk Franklin.
Only Kirk that matters to black folk. It says booyaka 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 boo.
Oh, did you guys see his show? He has that show called
Yeah, it's his podcast,
Kings in the Den or something.
Yeah,
something
the
like
Kings
that.
I've seen some of them.
Kings.
And he had T.I. on there.
Oh, again,
Yeah.
T.I. basically just said church is a show. Nigga, what church are you going to? I mean,
He stood by it too.
But it's
even after all the criticism, he stood by
But
it.
to me, I don't have a criticism of the opinion so much. You want to talk about low intellect and lack of critical thinking? How about you keep regurgitating the same whack criticism of the church over and over again? You're not even saying nothing new. You're not even saying anything new. Church is just a show. Yeah, we get it. Some churches are a show. Some preachers are out for your money. When has that ever not been true? But when do you ascribe that to the majority? That's like me saying all rappers are gangsters. All rappers are gangsters and killers and drug dealers. That's all you are. No, you know full well it is more nuanced than that. You're very intelligent, have a great vocabulary, which just lets me know that for some reason, to me, church hate has become a mental illness. And a sign of a lack of intelligence, especially amongst black people. Church hate is a mental illness because you never say anything different. You're literally like a person who is stuck in a loop, who just keeps saying the same thing over and over and over again.
With the same talking point.
With the same exact talking points.
And like you said, you can't broad brush because there are certain, but it's like that everywhere. Half these guys, like you said, even with gangster rappers, half them want to be gangster. You ain't a gangster.
And not.
You came from Cranbrook.
Right. Bloomfield Hills.
Stop.
You remember when they tried to change the Cracker Barrel logo?
Yeah.
And the conservatives went crazy?
I didn't.
It looked like a tech logo or something. Like they took the guy out with the whip, which, I mean, black people weren't mad at. They took the guy out with the whip in the barrel, and it was just like a plain yellow logo. And the conservatives, once again, felt like they were losing their whole country.
Jesus.
To wokeness.
I mean,
wokeness. It was a woke logo.
Right. I think one of the things that really hit home for all of us this year is, study these school shootings, man.
Yeah.
These school shootings, and it doesn't seem like it's coming, and we're still not getting any more gun reform.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And we won't.
You know how long this year has been? We forgot the TikTok shut down.
Wow.
Did it shut down though?
For one day.
For a day, remember?
For a day it did. Okay. For a day it did. Mm-hmm. And I was mad. Liz, I was mad.
I know you was.
I'm a TikTok fanatic. I couldn't believe TikTok was shut down.
Yeah. Yep, TikTok.
And again, back to Trump, he calls himself saving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tried.
Jason said they wanted the cracker back. Now that's funny. That's funny.
It's Captain Kirk too. Not Captain
that's the Kirk we love. I know you love it, Carol. What else happened? AI, man. AI went buck wild. AI went from students, just panic at colleges. That's what it was to 2023, 2024. It went from panic at colleges and high schools. How are we going to teach these kids, to Patti LaBelle is building a hospital and putting a statue of herself. I mean, AI news is literally the fake news that Trump warned us about 10 years ago.
Yeah. It is.
Because y'all will believe anything.
Anything. Y'all believe stuff before AI. Stupid stuff that all you had to do was
But
Google
the fact that they put a
search.
picture on it now, like I saw the latest one where it was like Michael Jordan sitting with Kobe Bryant's wife on a bench in front of a statue of Kobe Bryant and his daughter in the middle of nowhere. Like it was in front of a mountain or something. And they were like, Michael and Vanessa have a tender moment at the memorial. I'm like, this never happened. This never happened. Somebody put up Patti LaBelle built a hospital. Patti LaBelle built
by herself.
With her own money.
She kicked off her shoes while doing it.
Listen, she has not sold that many patty pies. So AI stories, AI advertising, AI graphics.
I tell you what, Leah, our dear friend Leah, tried to get my wife and I to send Christian to this AI school.
I remember, the coding.
And I was just like, I'm not. Well, we went that tubing yesterday, and I actually got a chance to ride past. Doc, it's massive.
I know it is.
It's for. I was mad that I didn't send him now. I was like, this school is ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't believe how massive this place
You missed out on your
was.
chance. Peace, my man. Assata Shakur died. Valletta Wallace died.
Wow, yes.
The mothers, and by the way, she died. She was free, right? She died a free woman, right? Because she was always on the run. Assata Shakur.
Yeah, I think
she was always on the run because they tried to arrest her, and in classic white folk fashion, all they wanted to call her was a criminal and everything else. But absolutely. What's that?
Kiss Cam.
What Kiss Cam?
The Kiss Cam.
Oh, the Coldplay concert. The Coldplay concert. Yeah, man. Yeah. He got caught with the jump off.
Hold on, y'all. I got to do doing some libations.
Libations?
Doing some libations for Asante.
For the Kiss Cam?
For Asante.
Oh, I thought it was. Yes, thank you. And I'm glad for the sister, man. Bunk the system. I'm glad that she was able to live free. I just, peace and blessings to her and her family.
It is Kwanzaa, so y'all do y'all libations and y'all.
Man, do it.
Y'all libations, so. And what else happened?
The shutdown.
What shutdown?
Government.
Oh, the government shut
down. That produced absolutely nothing. Nothing. And it's not even coming up for a vote. They already knocked that down. Talking about we'll get a vote before the end of the year. Now, if y'all think that this is going to create some strategy or whatever, trust me, I think they could have pressured them to take a stand on healthcare without thousands and hundreds of thousands of people being affected by these shutdowns, and not to mention the Doge situation that cost hundreds of thousands of large portion Black and female federal workers to lose their jobs and affect their economies of their areas. When you have 400,000 people in Virginia alone being laid off over some political bull crap, and you think that's not going to affect mortgages and shopping and markets, it's more than just, and it all fell apart anyway, and it turned out they saved no money. And my brother, who works for the government, said, and they're calling and will be calling everybody back for years. My brother was just in town, and he works down there. He says, they'll be calling us back for years. Now, he didn't get affected. He's going to retire on his own. But he's like, when I leave, they're going to call us back because it's a mess. They lost decades of experience and expertise. People who know how to run the very systems that they think they could be done without.
Goodness gracious.
Sickening, man.
It's sickening.
I got another one for you. the No Kings protests.
Yeah.
They're about to have another one. They're gearing up for another one.
White people, man.
I get
This is a white people thing.
Yeah,
We're not in this.
Yeah, definitely on the way to the next one.
Yeah.
But they say it's the biggest protest since.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this in the year 2025, the year of our Lord. Protests don't work with this president.
Nah.
This fool, and I wish black folk, white liberal folk, and everybody would wake up and start listening and reading and watching Brother Malcolm, because he is the voice for this moment. I'm sorry, I wouldn't even call on Dr. King right now. If they were both alive, I'd be Team Malcolm all day long. Because you can't reason with a tyrant. You can't reason. What did Winston Churchill say? You don't reason with a lion while your head is in its mouth.
Right.
You know, and if there were ever a time, and by the way, I'm going to say one more thing. Locally, I'm going to go to my soapbox, and nationally, this is what y'all get for trying to tamp down militancy in our community and trying to shout down the strong, aggressive, forceful voices, because now you need them and you don't have them.
Don't have them. Wow. You want to be behind the scenes.
You want to be behind the scenes. You want to be prayer meeting. You want to be tearing down strongholds. And God's going to make it all right. And don't matter who's in the White House. Yes, Ninja, it does. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
And you spent time because, it won't always be like this. Ain't no telling how long it's going to be like this. And you tamp down the militant voices in the black community especially, and we say that's not the polite way to go, and now y'all sitting back talking about, I can't believe it's getting this bad. I can't believe they're running up in schools and in churches and in neighborhoods and arresting people while they're going to work and ripping kids from their families. I can't believe they're destroying DEI. I can't believe they're literally have everybody from news stations to TV networks to Ivy League colleges paying a man in office personally, tens of billions of dollars.
That's it.
Because he is a tyrant, and you could not tolerate the voices who were willing to speak against those types of systems when it was as little as a George Floyd or issues that we had with Black Lives Matter. You wanted that to be calmed down, and now the monkeys run the show.
They run it. And you mad, and you wonder, they want to try to kill Jasmine Crockett now. Stop. We need more of her.
We need more.
We need more of her.
We need more. We need more people to be impolite. We need more people to be ignorant.
Loud.
We need more people
boisterous.
to be loud. We need people to get and stop hiding behind Bibles and hiding behind intercession and prayer and pulling down strongholds. You ain't pulled down a stronghold yet. I'm sorry.
That's right. They having shootouts right as you on the corner praying.
Ain't done jack squat. The more we, and I'm saying this as a preacher who believes in Jesus, who believes in God, real talk means black people need to have more of a John Brown spirit.
That's it.
You need more of a John Brown spirit. You need more of a Malcolm spirit. You need more of a Marcus Garvey spirit. You need more of a self-sufficiency, do for self spirit. You need more of a come together, depend on each other spirit. And now that you tamped it down, you have no real leadership, including here in the great state of Ohio.
That's right.
Where a Trumper will likely win, because you won't even put your weight behind somebody who has a chance to win, because you don't want to bring politics in the pulpit while all day long politics is dominating the people that are sitting in your pews.
That's it. You don't want to bring politics in your pulpit, but they're going to say in theirs. They're going to say in theirs, this is who you better vote for.
Yep. I got one more, y'all, since I'm off my soapbox now. I'm coming down. Everybody, and this is another thing, black folk wake up, especially our sports stars, getting arrested for sports betting.
Ooh. Man.
Coaches, players, they setting y'all up. That's reminding me, and I was just a kid. That goes back to like UNLV days. I don't know if you remember that story. UNLV when they had the bettings and the point shading scandals and all that stuff.
I wasn't really into it.
It's the brothers that got. I'm telling y'all, hey, black folk, listen real close. That stuff ain't for us.
It ain't.
And I'm being strong. And I know some of y'all make some money off it, just like casinos and other things you like to do. And some of you are skilled, you're smart. God bless you. But for the masses, you are playing a game that cannot be won. Vegas knows who the good gamblers are, and they make sure they can't come in their casinos. They will ban you if you start winning. But the rest of y'all, who think you making something off of a 19-leg parlay, 19-leg parlay and all that kind of stuff, they got you on. And then you got brothers who are in the system, in the sports, the coaches, the friends. One guy was a friend with LeBron. Who was it, Chauncey Billups? Is that the one that got arrested?
Yeah, Chauncey.
And then the brother from here, from Youngstown.
Yeah.
From Youngstown got arrested.
Yeah, the one that played for the Hornets.
I can't think of his name.
Can't think of his name.
Youngstown?
Yes.
Oh, it's from Youngstown.
What?
Oh.
How do I not know this? You play for the Hornets?
Yes. Terry Rozier. Damon Jones. I'm telling y'all, if you think you got to end with somebody and you in this industry, I'm telling everybody to warn their boys and girls. This NIL is about to go insane. Warn your boys and girls. I'm not saying don't get what you can get legally. I'm saying that anything shady, you will be the first one flushed down the drain when it goes down.
It all scares me. I mean, these guys, and I know some of it is legal and some of it is right. Even guys at work, they be talking about fantasy football. I'm like, I ain't putting
those
my money
Cleveland
in none of that
pitchers,
garbage.
Luis Ortiz, Jonte Porter from the NBA. I mean, cats was getting arrested.
That's nuts.
Chauncey Billups is a whole head coach, man.
That's nuts.
He's a whole head coach. Wow. Rosier's stepmother was the first accounting manager. My father used to visit and minister to his father when he was locked up.
Yes.
A senior.
I remember that.
He's a minister. And I mean, we're not gloating about it. I'm just warning you about it, saying this is, again, I'm not saying if you know what you're doing, what you're looking at, but most of us don't. And that's why they put it in front of you like they do, because they know most of you don't. Skilled sports bettors have been betting for years in the sports books down in Vegas, or illegally if they know what they're doing. They've been doing it. The rest of us, they opened it up to us so that they could profit, especially off of our community.
They profit and they throw you
We must
under
have
the
stopped
bus.
buying liquor. We must have stopped buying. Hey, man, I already know where you at, man. And listen, if you got it to lose it, then God bless you. And I'm not saying you're losing. I'm saying if you got it, because, guys, there are people who have it, and if I take a loss, if I make it back later, but there's a lot of people that are not admitting, just like when they go out to Hollywood or they go down to Mountaineer or they go to Vegas, they do not admit how poor they come back home. They do not admit how many parlays they're missing, how many, whatever. And I'm not into betting. I don't even know all the terms. But I know that any system out there that I'm saying, go into it and go to a car. And I'll say this about anything with black folk. And trust the experts among us to either warn you about it or guide you through it. And sometimes people are so determined to do it on their own. I don't care if it's investment, stocks, crypto, betting, guidance. Like, somebody knows, and it's probably not you. You probably need to talk to the brother who knows and stop being prideful. Don't be prideful. I got a few people that I quietly go to. I don't know what to do with the IRA. I don't know what to do with how to roll over this, that, and the other. I need someone to tell me. Oh, thank you, Shakur.
Yeah.
The whole Shedeur Sanders story. The NFL from the draft,
Front office.
to y'all. And this is why
Stefanski.
I'm even less of a Browns fan. Because y'all done messed up the one brother, Stefanski.
And he has shown, he has great potential. Man.
Come on over
He
to the
has great
Steelers, brother.
Great potential.
If they ain't treating you right, come on over to death row. Black and yellow. Listen, you're right. That man
'Cause y'all
is
showed up gonna need
an
something.
NFL QB, and he is doing as much or better than at least half of the quarterbacks in the league. At least half, veterans and rookies included. He is doing as much or
Absolutely.
better. And hey, I'm a Steelers fan. We took an L because as crappy as that second half was, brother balled out in the first half. And he has thrown no less or no more foolish, rookie throws interceptions. But let's just be clear, his coach didn't help him. Half the time, his teammates wasn't helping him with their crappy play on offense, especially. When you got a brother going out there who never took any snaps as if their quarterback could never get hurt, then a game or two later, he's out there with the wrong wristband and wrong plays on, and he's still managing to keep a game competitive, if not win it. Thank you.
All he needs is an offensive line.
That's it.
Offensive
That's
line
it.
and some real coaching and a real coach.
Yeah, they definitely need to get rid of him, boy. My goodness.
Here's one for y'all.
All right.
Sharon Moore and his employees.
Ooh. Hail to the victors. Remember when I said, how you going to take a Sabbath from the Sabbath? Man, how you going to leave a snow bunny for a snow bunny?
Now, my wife, she said, nah, see, you can't blame this on white girls.
You can't blame this on white girls?
That Negro just stupid.
That Negro just And she got a right to say Negro.
$6 million? Wasn't that what he made?
Was it worth that much?
$6 million?
That was some $6 million booty.
Woo, woo.
Was it worth it, Sharon?
Man.
And to throw away, I mean, the opportunity of a lifetime for a young black man. And I would say something else. The story is coming out that it's been a toxic culture, and it's why it goes back to you are not them. It was toxic under Harbaugh. There were issues under Harbaugh, but they strung that black man out. And no, I don't feel sorry for him, but the system strung him out as long as they could get out of him. And it wasn't until that last loss when they're done and after signing day that they decided to cut the brother off.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't even get cut off if he would have beat Ohio State.
They probably would have pretended they would have paid that girl off. Listen,
Right.
If he would have beat Ohio State, that girl would have got an NIL deal.
Oh, you lost? You lost?
If he would have,
Let me show you. Let me show you what happens when you lose to Ohio State.
if he would have beat Ohio State, the girl would have got an NIL deal and been in the portal.
He bumped their salary from 50 to 90. Something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, a lot went on, and I don't care what they say, they knew.
Yeah, they knew.
They were saying
They said
everybody
everybody
knew.
knew.
But again, when it all comes down, black man takes the fall, another white man takes his job. Sorry, y'all. It is what it is. The Epstein files. Now, Carol said it earlier. Brother Carol said it earlier about pedophilia being brought to the forefront. But did we really need to know more that there are pedophiles? It was just the interest in who famous.
Right.
Bruh, they had Chris Tucker, Michael Jackson, Bill Clinton,
I mean,
the Pope.
just because it was there, though. I don't
But that's like people saying they didn't go to the Diddy parties. Like they went,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they didn't go to the freak offs or whatever.
Right. They left before.
So here's my thing about being famous, which I don't understand. And I'm trying to think of a time when I would have done this, like even just in a small. How are you not more protective of yourself in who's playing? I mean, this is a whole plane. It's a whole plane, y'all. And you are rich. You don't ask, and if you're not after this, if after this, you are still just jumping on a friend of a friend of a friend's private plane just to get across wherever you're trying to go, you deserve to be in somebody's files.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, if this has not taught you, and if what some of them are saying is true, that I didn't even really know, or somebody just invited me on this flight, or I was just invited to this party where everybody was at, when does it stop? Like, you just recognize you already fear the paparazzi stories. This, you got a whole cast that could be in pedophile rings out here, and you on a plane. I mean, I'm not rich, so I don't know. I don't know the life.
I see. I heard somebody ask a question. I was listening to a pod a while ago, and they asked the question: when you're rich and famous like that, you know, so you're a billionaire, you're a multimillionaire, whatever the case may be. You know, you're not married, you don't have a girlfriend, you can't go to the club, you can't go to the mall and meet somebody. You can't. So where are these people supposed to go? What are they supposed to do when they need companionship?
Well, I can
Corinne, whatever her last name is.
Ooh.
Girl, once again,
Lord.
that was the first Epstein file. That was the book she came out with.
Right.
I mean, that's what they do.
You do like Dave Chappelle and you go live in Springfield, Ohio or something. Yellow Springs, wherever he's at.
I mean, but he's married, got kids, settled
a
down.
lot of them are. A lot of them are. Who in that file wasn't married with kids?
Yeah, that's true.
It just wasn't a bunch of young stars, playing the field. I mean, it was people that are married with children and all of that. I mean, so.
Wow.
Yeah, Epstein file. And here's the thing, man. No matter how much you think you're going to get out of this, nothing's going to come of it.
Nah.
Who do you think's going to pay for this? He's dead. That girl is in jail, and she's basically in, ski resort jail now.
Right.
She's, in the Alps somewhere.
Y'all get me out of here.
And I keep trying to tell y'all. Yeah, right. I'll say that Trump wasn't there if y'all put me in a...
Right.
Okay, let's go back to my theme. This system ain't for us, man. Diddy is in jail. Trump isn't. And ain't nobody else going to jail. Nobody else is going to jail.
I don't think MAGA really care anyway, even if Trump was involved, most of them.
That they don't care. They don't care.
Yeah, he could do whatever he want, and they still gonna vote for him.
Before we go, y'all, give us any of your favorite stories that we might have missed out on.
Hey, the Pope is from Chicago.
The Pope is from Chicago.
Chi-town, baby.
Nah, Bears. He got up and said, bless you. Nah, Bears.
Bears. They play it right now.
He's eating a cheesesteak in the Vatican.
I'm gonna say it. I've been saying this, and I know this ain't as deep as everything else, but after Steph hit them 3 shots at the end of the Olympics games, and now they want to put him in that list
of greatest ever
of the GOAT. I believe he deserves to be there. I believe
think so?
3 of his rings came against the guy that they call the greatest. Of all
that
time.
is true.
Yeah.
He beat him 3 times. That boy is bad.
Well, to that point, I will say that 2025 is clearly the end of an era. As LeBron, Durant, they age, I don't see superstars of that caliber and level. And I'm not talking about skill. I'm not saying they're not skilled. I'm saying to the image and the stature that they occupied. Yeah. I don't see it.
Yeah,
the superstar.
I don't see it, man.
LeBron is done. I've never been a LeBron fan, but he's either done with LA or he needs to be done playing basketball. Period. Because dude is walking up and down the court. He looks tired.
Yeah, it's time. It's been time. I think last couple of years.
Yeah.
It's funny because when you live through something like that, like when they talked about what did Kareem play 21 seasons or something? I mean, he played a bunch of seasons away. I wonder how did people do this? And you thought that time will never come again where cats is in the league for 23 years and we're watching it in front of our faces. I remember when he was the kid from Akron.
Yeah.
I remember the Hummer. I have to tell, here's how bad. When you have to tell your kids the history of a person who's still alive because it's a part of a whole different generation of stories.
Right.
Our children do not remember the Hummer story, the controversy around him getting recruited when his mom popped up with the new car and all that. I mean, that was just the talk. Right. Our kids don't remember when he first got drafted to Cleveland in that first run with all these cats nobody had ever heard of, Boobie Gibson and all these random people that he took to the and we'll get to that to the finals the first time. They weren't even around for the decision. They were just babies.
Yeah.
Our kids
they were
just babies.
Wow.
When this dude did a whole special around saying where he was going to
taking
play.
His talents.
Taking my talents. They don't get the reference. When I say I'm taking my talents, a young kid doesn't know what I'm saying.
Wow.
That's crazy. And you got to give him props for being in the game that long and dominating the space.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I definitely give him props for that. He dominated 50 years.
I mean, he's dominated. I mean, in my mind, Jordan is still the GOAT of all time because he created the image of the superstar.
Yeah.
in and out of the court. He created the image of becoming the icon, you know, and LeBron walked in his footsteps in ways that Kobe didn't and Shaq didn't. I mean, he just walked in that persona,
Absolutely.
the
But
whole picture.
What I'm saying is, although Steph didn't come out as hard as LeBron did, at this age, for him to still be able to drop 32, 36, 40 points, you know.
And y'all forget this dude came out of Davidson College.
Right.
This dude was it Davidson?
It was Davidson, yeah.
He came out of Davidson, and he's a little guy. He's not a big dominator. I mean, not little, but you know what I mean. He's not a
just shoot, man.
He's just a shooter. But okay, since we're talking sports, this does represent, though, Steph is responsible for destroying traditional basketball.
See, I don't think it's destroying. I think it's elevating to me.
I'm sorry, it's
I
not
think it's
elevating.
elevating to me.
Throwing up a bunch of 40-foot threes all night.
I think he's. I think
And
people
our
are.
kids doing it. You don't have a child. Okay, let me say this. You don't have the pain
You got to go to a game.
of having to go to a youth basketball or AAU game or even, you know, middle school or high school and watch these cats try to beat Steph.
Throwing them up,
Just-
man. Can't pass, can't dribble.
Can't dribble.
We're trying to shoot threes.
Just threes. If you knew my pain, you.
I understand it.
It's bad.
But it's those kids, because you know you can't do. You know you can't hit them 3 pointers.
But they don't. Ethan
You
and
know
his little
you
white
can't.
boy last week went off on like a 3-off in the middle of a game. Each of them made one. And each of them missed like 8 or 9. And I'm like, is this a brick off? Like, what is this?
It's bad, bro.
What is this? And nobody would tell them to stop doing it. Everybody just waiting for the next one so they could do all that, man. So I want to join Shakur in giving the women props.
Yes.
The women have owned 2025. Viola Davis becoming the highest grossing sister in Hollywood, you know, and Angel Reese.
Yeah.
Asia Williams is that the new one that won the Athlete of the Year. I mean, sisters are doing it, man.
They definitely
They're
doing their
doing
thing.
it.
They definitely doing their thing.
They have stepped forward in religion preaching. We have seen some of the best in our world preaching scholars. I mean, it was just a coming out party. And honestly, it's a shame that it takes this long to acknowledge
Absolutely.
what we've always known to be genius, but just seeing it on a grander scale is just phenomenal.
For them to get their props and start to getting shoe deals and things of that nature, I'm very proud of. You know, a lot of our women are doing great.
Brother
things.
Carroll, I kid you not. I mean, even when I go, I mean, y'all saw my jokes, and Brother Coach Keelan goes to our church when I said, "Hey, Jordan Childs, yeah, that's the gymnast that's been kicking it for years." I was watching the Harding game, and there's no shade to Harding. Obviously, all these are my people, it's my you know. But when we went to that game, man, it was like 8-6 in the second quarter. I was like
Halfway through the second
halfway
quarter.
through the second quarter.
I'm like,
I
what
was
is
like,
going on?
what is happening?
We was about to boo both teams.
Yes. Keelan was like, I'm about to find another church. But I mean, it's yeah, we need to do that. We need to bring that back, man. Not bring that back. Bring back the red, white, and blue basketballs. Make it interesting again. Bring back Dr. J. Man. I mean, there's inflation is still up. Tariffs. Here's the thing about tariffs. Tariffs, at least as far as we can tell now, haven't hurt us as much as they thought it would. They swore that it was going to ruin Christmas. Yeah. It was going to have empty shelves. Here's what I've learned. Trump is a monster that you weaklings conditioned yourselves not to speak up against. And I say that what I said earlier. But also, we have learned almost in a toxic way to just keep maintaining through the most abnormal circumstances. Because somehow we seem to look back at things and say, well, it's not that bad. It's not, we make it through. We've made it through high gas prices. We made it through January 6th. We made it through COVID. We've made it through tariffs, which was, again, everything and maybe that's the story of 2025 and maybe the last few years before that, is our exaggeration and our hyperbole that we overstate everything. And when you overstate everything and its potential impacts, consequences, ramifications, what's going to happen, then when it doesn't happen, it's like Chicken Little, The Boy Who Cried Wolf, we stop really caring about what matters because we don't think anything matters, because we've seen so much that said this is going to be the end.
Well,
and it never is.
Not only do I think we overstate, but I also think we endure. I think
That's
we
it.
are some endure.
That's the point.
We
We
are some
endure.
endure. For me to go
Adjust to it.
right, for me to go to the mall on Christmas Eve and have to park not in the first. You had to park in the second, all the way at the back.
What bad economy?
Right. I'm like, you can't tell me it's a bad economy because people, and I'm walking in and people are spending.
But
It
they're
was a
saying,
record year, though, wasn't it?
It was a record year, but
for
they're
Christmas?
saying that it's still, because we're enduring and because we're looking past things, and we didn't even talk about the snappocalypse
Right.
with the shutdown, but they're saying that the wealth gap is actually widening, and the spending that you're seeing, and I would say it's two categories of people. I would say they're saying that the spending is really the people who are winning at the top are spending way more.
Okay.
On everything. The people at the bottom are surviving and having to pay more. And a lot of them, quite frankly, are basically living foolishly and continuing to live above their means, continuing to scrape by. And we see it in our own communities, continuing to live off of famous brands. I saw a photo before I came here of a Louis Vuitton store having another opening or release of something, and the entire crowd was black. The entire crowd was black. And the poster was like, these people hate you. They don't even like you, but they will take your money all day long so you can floss for somebody else. But the upper class, they're saying the people whose pensions have shot through the roof, whose stocks have taken off. Of course, we got the crypto and AI bubbles going at the same time.
Yes.
Crypto's gone up and down. Shakur, I know you've been on that. Crypto's gone up and down, but it has shot up and made people a lot of money. And the AI is making people a lot of money. So those people are winning and shopping way more. And then you just have people scraping by trying to maintain what they've always had. Nobody has really downsized or downgraded or budgeted. You don't hear about couponing.
No.
You don't hear about budgeting.
No.
You don't hear about family downsizing. Everybody talks on Facebook about, I'm going to do Christmas different, and they never do.
They don't.
The average car payment right now. Average car
$600.
payment. No.
It's more than
I
that.
saw it yesterday. $750 for new cars, $530 for used cars.
Kidding me. Again. Yeah.
And people are doing it.
We are wonderfully adaptive.
We are wonderfully
That's it.
adaptive.
I love that comment.
That's a great comment.
I love that
We're
comment.
wonderfully adaptive, and perhaps to our own detriment.
Absolutely.
Because once upon a time, we used to refuse to adapt. Once upon a time, we used to refuse to adapt and say, I'm not going to fight for this. Yeah, when we promise a tornado and receive a deadly thunderstorm, we think we won. That's it. That's it.
Wow.
And that's absolutely, and it's almost like what Malcolm said. If you, I'll paraphrase, you plunge a knife into my back 6 inches and pull it out 2 inches, that's not progress.
All right.
That's not progress. But that's what we've been sold. And stop pretending that every level of media, liberal, conservative, every company is not in on it because it keeps their money flowing. You are both the customer and the product. Your eyeballs, your engagement, are scrolling, are clicking, are sharing. You can't even convince me that CVS couldn't be behind all these fake AI stories. It's like, if there's money to be made, why not make it? Right. If you want to believe that Shedeur Sanders built a hospital in Cuba and you'll share that 9,000 times, millions of times, and make them money off of these shares and views, I am convinced that all of the ills that we talk about, whether it's fake news, AI, I've talked about it before, that in the black community, our disunity, our fight against spirituality, the church, economics, all that. I'm convinced that powers are behind it. I'm convinced that debates, controversies, exaggerations are created by people in power at the national and global level, and also at the very micro level. And if you don't think that it's not worth something to them to create what we just saw with the debate when we talk about a TI, or we talk about these people, and I'm just saying black church-wise, if you don't think it's not worth it to the people in power to not infiltrate our conversations, to keep us distracted with this BS, This stuff about baby mama, baby daddy debates. All the, should I buy all the kids gifts? Should I da-da-da? All that stuff. That stuff is ran by people in power to keep us talking about dumb stuff. Absolutely dumb stuff. Our church is a power base. Marriages and families are a power base. Black economics is a power base. You know what I mean? Our black community and home ownership is a power base. Black politics is a power base. And every last one of them have been infiltrated with straight foolishness. Straight fool. And sometimes from the inside out, sometimes from the outside in. Straight foolishness. If I can create a page and get millions of black folk debating on whether a woman is wrong for expecting a man to do her nails, and I can run that page and get millions of black people to talk about it.
Who gets the biggest plate? Who gets
the big piece of chicken? Who sits in the front seat? Your mama or your wife or your girl? If I can get people, if I was a white man in power, I'd do it.
Absolutely.
If I knew that I could get y'all all talking about T.I. and Kirk Franklin instead of actually going to church and praying and being united and actually, and I'm not saying y'all a bunch of super saints, I'm just saying the power base you had, if I can get y'all to criticize each other enough to not show up in the same building on Sundays where millions of you used to show up and have power, I'll do it all day. I'll do it all day.
And make that money.
Make that money and keep folk down from making it for themselves.
And we will steadily like, share, and copy and paste some of these
debate,
stupid videos, some of these stupid preachers who are doing the stupid stuff. Stop liking and sharing it.
The only reason we talk about it is to joke about it on here. Right. I don't even put it on my Facebook page.
Absolutely.
You ain't gonna see nothing but me and my family smiling, a sermon, here's something positive in the community.
That's it.
Here's some tips for this, that, and the other. And for you, and you'll be hating somebody you live next door to over some bull crap somebody put on Facebook.
Absolutely.
Whether it's the preacher you hate down the street because what somebody posted about Joel Osteen or T.D. Jakes, or your own girlfriend or boyfriend or person on the bar next door over what somebody else posted, some fake text messages between a woman and her man or her ex or baby daddy or whatever. And now you over here debating people you live next door to. You don't see the game? How do you not see the game? That's my thing. How do you not see the game? And they go after our power centers.
Absolutely.
I was over Facebook years ago.
I remember. You came off for a good minute.
Yeah. I was off about 2-3 years until we started the podcast. And y'all was like, Mike, you got to get back on. I'm like, no. You got to get back on. I'm like, well.
And so my message for 2026, if I had a message, and we go around the room. I'm just talking about black folk. Get back to your power centers. That's all I got to say. Get back to your power centers. Get back to God, family, real community work. I'm talking about real community. It might not look the same for everybody. But get back to your power. Get back to church. Get back to putting real money, real resource, real effort, real ingenuity, real creativity into us. Stop giving all of us to everybody else. Absolutely. Stop giving all of our genius, all of our effort. Stop playing games with people that don't really love us. Religiously, they don't love you. I don't care how much they smile at you. They do not love you. They will prove it time and time again. Economically, put your money in your pocket and stop giving it to these other people. You know, put it back in your pocket. Put it back in your kids, your future. You know, push these kids out of their comfort zones. Push yourself out of comfort zones. Get back to your power center. And for some of us, we're going to have to reset ourselves and go back to morals and values that really matter. Because if you don't see, everything outside of your heart is basically fake. If you don't notice that. Everything outside of being in a room with other people is basically fake. Unless you're in a room with your own people, you don't know what you're getting and where it's coming from. You don't. So get in that club, join a fraternity, go to church, get an investment club,
yes.
Be a part of a community organization, get in front. Black people get back around black people, not just for funerals.
Come on, sir.
And not football games.
Yes.
It's got to be something broader than funerals and football games that we're actually working at real things together on. And that's my speech.
Absolutely.
Happy New Year.
Sister Carletta, you are absolutely right. The healthcare is a joke, and it is definitely a mess. And I would just say my little rant would simply be, I think not Martin Luther King, but Malcolm X. You talked about Malcolm earlier. Mm-hmm. He quoted somebody else, and so I'm paraphrasing. He said, yes, there will be violence in the dark. But it's not those who are committing the violence. We need to start blaming the person who turned off the light. And And that's the
Turned
real
off the
issue.
light.
That's the real issue. Who turned off the light? We need to start putting the blame where the blame really goes.
Well, they let one of y'all ninjas flip the switch.
We need because it's above some of our pay grades.
It is.
It's above some of our pay grades, but that does not mean we don't have the right to fight it. Let's start coming together. You know, the real issue was a lot of times it was the struggle that caused strength in the community.
Yep.
It was the struggle that made you get out and vote. It was the struggle that made you say, you know what, we're not going to take this anymore. We forgot about the struggle. We've gotten so complacent and so, you know, just adaptive, like we said, to the community that we just, you know, we ain't got time to vote. We ain't got time to do none of this. We need to bring back the struggle. And the only way I think we can do that is start putting the blame where it really is. And we need to start educating our community, because sometimes it's not even about us. Maybe we got everything we need, but let's start
Let's go to
telling people,
next.
what do you care? Like she just said, what do you think about healthcare? What do you think about your grandmother losing her SNAP benefits? What do you think about,
These
people
kids
need to
without
know.
direction. These young boys without direction.
Really what's going
These
on.
young girls being led in the wrong
Absolutely.
direction, trying to be baddies because
Yeah.
their mamas are baddies.
Come on.
Because their
Come on.
grandmamas is baddies. You
Yep.
know, that's some
Yep.
bullcrap.
Yep. Young men, you are not thugs. Young
Right.
woman, you are not thoughts. Let's keep it real.
Mike, what's your message for 2026? Go to Bible study, Mike said.
More signal, less noise. What I mean by signal is be productive.
Right.
Do something constructive, whether it's creative, whether it's business, whatever.
Whether people know it or not.
More signal, less noise.
Love it.
Man, peace to you, Shakur, to everybody.
Love you, brother.
Jason, Bishop Thomas, if you're still there, Mother Marsh, Carletta, I saw Janine pop in. Just scroll up a little bit. Glenn, everybody who's been watching us, Carolyn, Carol, the whole Martin clan. All the lurkers out there, God bless y'all. We know you're there. The views prove it. Pastors, bishops, apostles, prophets, all y'all that love watching us. We know you. We y'all Sunday night service. Maybe one day you'll get up and testify too in 2026. Man, we love it, man. Thanks to every guest that came on this year.
Absolutely.
The wall is full of signatures. We're looking for
We need more.
new guests, new subject matters. We gotta get Shakur on
We gotta
sometime,
have
man.
Shakur on.
We're gonna do a show called Hey Black Man.
Hey, black man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you know, if you're not a black man, you might not want to watch. But no, I mean, because it's real truth. We got to talk, man. And again, that's why we call it religiously incorrect, because we're not just here to say Howard's Church, which we'll do a little bit of that. We talk about all the stuff that we're into as pastors, but there's a whole world out there that we're concerned about. And we thank y'all for hanging out with us, for being a part of what we do. It's been 6 years, y'all. 6 years we've been doing this, man.
Going strong.
And, you know, I've learned through ministry, and I think it's true of this podcast, you really do not know how broad your reach is and how much impact, and whether it's a negative view, a positive view, people look at us, think we're foolish, or they you know, I always joke, but Bishop Clark, he makes a long shout out of all the pastors that have podcasts. He never mentions mine. Ours is not uplifting. Every Tuesday morning when he does his devotions, he's like, watch this one and watch this one and watch this one. And he's like, he's not about to mention this foolishness, man. Mostly because of Jeff and his sex jokes. But it's been a few months. But we love y'all. We want to wish you a happy new year. Go celebrate it somewhere, but whatever you do, be safe.
Please.
And we will be back.
Happy New Year.
First
y'all.
of the year.
Come on.
We're going to ride this train till the wheels fall off.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Peace.
Love y'all.
Happy New Year.
Peace.